Feels like there's something in my suit. There very well may be. Can't do anything about it right now. All right. How's everybody doing out there? We got another honk. Right. Told my honey I'm back live. New show. Well, it is what it is. I had a guy just walk up to me and talk to me for a second that had a security shirt on. I think he was saying he think he's a security guard from Cariazawa. That's cool. And he said he likes when I talk about God, so that's awesome. I Yeah, we getting a lot of love, man. We getting a lot of waves and support. It's been nothing but love and respect, man. That's good. So I don't know, man. Somehow, folks is getting the channel down here without me really even trying. That's good. That's what we need. So I think people are helping my cause without me asking, and promoting it, kind of, so to speak. So it is what it is. That's good. Um, there we go. Another honk. So yeah, like I said, I don't know. I just know that I'm creating a lot of real change, and I don't just take sole responsibility. It's not just me. This was never about me, man. This was about the people and about God, and that's really the truth. So it's a lot bigger than me. I'm just the vessel that he's using. Um, but I agree with what he told me. I agree with what he said. I mean, it's all about God. Without him, we're nothing. I mean, I wouldn't say that we're nothing, but we definitely need God. We need God in the picture. You know what I mean? Real talk. But that was cool. He was asking me about doing a muscle up challenge. He said he's pretty good at them. I mean, I'm down for anything like that, man. As long as it's in positive, like you said, and he said that like in a good way. Down for all of that, but you just got to catch me when you catch me at where I train at and do it like that. I'm not really meeting up with folks. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not doing that. If folks just catch me out of there, if catch me over there, if they want to come through, like I said, people can pay me to do the training. If you want to just come and try to compete or whatever, I mean, that's perfectly fine. I can film the video. I can do whatever you like. That's cool with me. I mean, I'm a pretty big guy, man. I mean, people don't get it. Like, muscle ups are not an easy thing for me. I'm not little. So it's been pretty tough of a journey for me with those. I told him I think the most I've done is like 15. That's pretty incredible for someone my height and weight. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Like, that's the thing, people don't give credit to height. I mean, height matters. It goes into a lot of things, but um, yeah, I've done 15. I'm trying to go after the world record for, which is 45, but I got a long way to go. And like I said, the guy who did it, he's very tiny, and that's why, because the guy who did the world record, he doesn't have to do anything. He just bounces up there, and that's it. So 45 muscle ups for him is probably a joke. You know, it's not even that difficult because he's just kind of rolling over the bar. But no, that bar is 100% regulation. It's exactly the way it's supposed to be. I've seen a million pull-up bars all over the country. They're all the same. I don't know which one he was talking about he was using, but he said his was different. But I mean, oh, maybe it's like, I think I know. But yeah, no, I mean, it just is what it is. But like I said, I mean, yeah, folks are trying to compete. I mean, that's all good. I mean, it's not really like, it's a miscellaneous activity for me. I'll just put it like that. It's not really gearing towards the direction that I'm heading or anything I'm doing. It's not going to be a big deal for my channel or anything because I mean, I mean, people can compete, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take credit away from no one. People can compete, but it's just not going to do much for me. You know what I mean? Like, the muscle ups are kind of like an extra thing for me, if that makes sense. So it's like I'm not too concerned about them. I incorporated them into the routine. Don't get me wrong. I think they're great. I think that they're apply to what I do as Batman. I think they're awesome. I think it's a great, awesome exercise. But I'm just saying, it seems like everyone in the public has, their own, and it's okay. It makes sense. People have their own agenda. The hell was that? Their own prerogative. And, I'm just saying, folks in the public, their prerogative is going to differ from mine, a little bit on certain issues, because my goal is to stay focused and do what I'm doing. Does that make sense? So I'm just saying, it's kind of like, it's almost like a distraction, and I just don't want to get distracted. Like, I'm not, I mean, that's the thing. I've had so many folks, and I'm just explaining my point of view. I've had so many folks in the public that they want to do what they want to do. Does that make sense? And there's no problem with that. But I'm just saying, it would be cool. I mean, like I said, I'm willing to do that as long as I'm in control of how it goes with my channel and my business and everything, because it is my business. But I mean, that's fine. But I mean, it's going to take. It won't take long. I mean, it'd just be a video and that's it. I'm just saying. How do I put it? I mean, like I said, with the public, I just wish that folks wanted to actually train and work out. I guess I wish that folks would actually, do what makes sense. In other words, it doesn't make any sense for me to compete with anyone right now. I mean, I just broke about 15 world records within like a month and a few months. I mean, like I said, it's cute. I mean, it'd be cool, but it's not going to do much for me. You know what I mean? So I guess that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm not here for how do I put it? I'm not here for, people's own agendas. I'm not here for what people, if they're trying to prove something to themselves, that's fine. I'm just not here for that. I'm here to run my business a specific way through God, with God, and keep it maintained on even keel, focused the way I want to go. That's the thing. I just can't be controlled or manipulated by anyone. So I'm just saying, for me personally, it doesn't make any sense for me to do that, because it's not the direction that I'm taking this. That's about as the best way I can put it. There's always going to be different folks in the public. Everybody has their opinion. They have their viewpoint. That's fine. That's cool. But I'm on what I'm on, and I'm not changing the direction I'm moving because it's working. So, I mean, it makes crystal clear sense. It doesn't make any sense for a guy who just set 15 world records to compete with anyone, because the truth is there's no competition. It makes sense for a guy, and I'm going to say this very, very, like, with utmost clarity. If a guy sets 15 world records, I mean, people got to be realistic with themselves at some point. If a guy sets 15 world records within a matter of a month to a few months, what that statement says to me, and this is just goes for anyone, is people should be paying that man for his training, because he clearly knows what the hell he's doing. Do you agree with that, honey? If you just got here, honey, let me fill you in. The guy was cool. He was super nice. Like, I don't have any problem or issue. I thought it was cool. He just was talking to me. He was a cool dude. I think he works over there as a security guard or something for the jail. And he just stopped and talked to me, and he told me, I like that you talk about God, which is awesome, and it's all positive. And he was saying we could do like a muscle up competition. I mean, like I said, it's a good idea. It'd be cool. I'm down to do it. I'm just saying that because of public perception, I try to be careful about which moves I make, is the best way I can explain it, because if I start acting like I'm competing with individuals, I just don't know if that's the direction I want to go. Does that make sense? That's all. It's just a personal choice. I mean, I don't see the point in it. In other words, it'd be cool, you know. It's always fun just to have some fun. There's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. I have no issue. But I'm not here to compete with anyone. I'm here to compete with myself. That's why I do what I do. What I'm here to do, and like I said, is get people to participate in the business, because the fact is that I train folks. So that's what I'm saying. If folks want to get where they're doing more muscle ups, I can teach them how to do that. I'm a teacher. If I'm a healer. I mean, if folks want to learn how to do lifts, I can try to work with them and get them to that point. So I'm just saying, it's kind of like when the penguin and his brother tried to tell me, oh, well, what do you bench? And just they keep harping on something as if it's a weakness when it's not. You understand? And it's like, if you do any kind of research at all, you'll find out that bench is an irrelevant exercise and it means nothing. And then the thing with society is folks want to argue a point that's already proven and I'm already educating them on, and they have their opinion, but their opinions are all wrong. Society is not really right about anything. That's what I've been proven. That's what I'm living proof of in a statement of, right? Society is way behind. So what I'm saying is just a real thought that I'm not here for little competitions. I'm not here for, I don't have an issue with it. It's cool. I'm willing to do it, but I'm just saying it'd be a quick thing, film a video, and that's it. It's not a big deal to me, but what I'm doing is a big deal to me, and it's on a massive scale what I'm accomplishing here. And like I said, I mean, the truth is that when you break down a workout routine, and this is the truth, in my mind, being the best teacher in the world, which is what I am, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to have anyone, to have the public trying to compete. That doesn't make sense. Why doesn't it make sense? Because there's no competition. I mean, that's been proven, hands down. I mean, that's the thing. If folks wanted to compete, they could have been done competed. I mean, you all have a camera. It just, a lot of it doesn't make sense. I just don't understand it, like at all. It's kind of like, when I just can listen to people and I pick up on key words. You know what I mean? So I just listen and I'm like, what are you saying or what are you talking about? That's all. Because I don't know. He said something about, and I just wanted your opinion, honey, but he said something about that he goes to work out there. No, he doesn't. I've been out there almost every day for about 2+ years, and then I would work out and I'd go into town and be Batman. I've never seen him, not once. And I go at different times, like the day I was there later. Like, I know who works out on the bars out there in that park. He's never been out there. You see what I'm saying? So it's just when people talk to me, I analyze human behavior. I can understand and listen. And if the words aren't matching up with the truth or the actions, right, I'm going to notice that. And that's an issue. That's a problem. Right. So right there, that's like, you see what I'm saying? I mean, do you get what I'm saying, honey? If somebody walks up to you, and this is the thing they just don't get, I'm not supposed to be this smart, right? If somebody walks up to you and says, we could do a pull-up competition, that's the same thing that TJ was talking about, or a muscle-up competition. And like I said, if it's all in friendly sport, it's all cool. But if it's an agenda of something, I don't know what the agenda would be. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm just saying I'm skeptical of everyone and everything. I don't trust nobody. I'm Batman. Batman doesn't trust anyone. I'm just saying, when I catch something that's a lie and it's not true, like, he doesn't work out there. I never seen him, not once. So it's like, I don't know when you did work out there, but it wasn't in the past 2 years. because that's how hard I train. I'm always out there. I practically live out there, like real talk. Like I might as well. Like if they let me out, I should just pitch a tent. You know what I mean? And that way I just wake up and train all day. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's what it takes. It takes diligence. It takes hard work. Muscle ups are a hard exercise. So that's all I'm saying is just when like, I'm a grown man, right? So when people talk to me, they don't expect me to break down their words and analyze what they're saying. I'm going to analyze every little thing. So, I mean, like I said, the first thing there, that wasn't true. He doesn't work out there. That's just a concrete fact. As far as competing in muscle ups, I mean, what's the point of it? I mean, muscle ups isn't even the greatest exercise within working out, and then asking me, oh, this and that, like personal questions. I mean, I don't get it. What is that to you? Why do you care? You know what I'm saying? I'm just really smart. It just sounds like someone who's asking me something and they think I can't see the look in their eye. And it just seems like you have an agenda. I mean, it's pretty crystal clear. It seems like you have an agenda. It seems like you're being sent by someone to ask the same tired questions and say the same tired things, thinking that, I don't know, it's going to get a reaction. And I'm just sitting there looking at you like, okay, you know, like there's nothing that's going to be said in the English language that's going to do anything for me. I don't care how people feel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what moving that way is supposed to do. I mean, it ain't nothing. I mean, things are just what they are, but this is what I do professionally. I mean, to compete, there's no competition. I mean, I've proven that hands down. So I mean, that's all I'm saying. I mean, you could compete, anyone could compete with themselves. And that's what I'm saying is I think people think I'm a little more approachable than I am. I'm not an approachable guy. I'm not a guy who I want to film videos with the public, and you see, and that's why. You get what I'm saying, honey? That's exactly why, because I know that people have an agenda, and some people are just jelly or whatever, and their agenda is, oh, I want to play games and I want to cause a distraction. Anyone, any of these folks, they could be sent by anybody. You know what I mean? The penguin's always snitching. He gets out of jail all the time down here. Maybe the penguin sent him. You don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I'm not afraid to talk about nothing in reality. I don't know you folks. You know what I mean? Like I said, I mean, it is what it is. But once I start seeing, okay, you're lying to me. You're telling me things that aren't there. You're making false claims, not proving it. I mean, you don't make a claim of I can do this many muscle ups. You just prove it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying over here, we have a whole different policy and way we move. We do things way differently. We put our money where our mouth is. We back it up. I mean, you see me do this every day. So it's like, I'm glad that people are viewers and listeners, but I don't owe you anything. You understand? And that's been the point since day one. I'm going to do me and be me regardless. You understand? That's why I'm the real thing, I'm the real deal. So, like I said, I try to be nice to all the fans and people, because I wouldn't call them supporters because they've done nothing for me. But I try to be nice until, to an extent, until I see that things aren't making sense and it seems like people have an agenda. It doesn't make sense for me to compete because none of you can compete. Let's just get real. You know what I mean? Like, no, there's no competition. There's nobody coming close in anything, and I mean, to make these claims, I mean, it doesn't add up. You would have to be built like that. I mean, you look at me, I'm pure muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a big guy. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm being real, bro. Like, you can't just talk your way into things. You got to do it. So that's what folks don't get is you got a lot of people in this society, and this is why I'm using this as an example, and I want to point it out now and get it out the way so that people get the point. I don't care if it's an agent. I don't care who it is. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care who you are. Ain't nobody at my level. That's why we don't talk. We don't run our mouth. We go out there and we get busy. You see what I'm saying? So this is a real thing, what I do. Like, I'm really a hard body dude right? And I'm a teacher that teaches this, that teaches real strength. So that's why an individual like that, and this is for anyone in the public, like I'm not ever going to single anyone out, but any one of y'all, any individual in the public, we're about building character, um, motivation, the right attitude, and I'm a teacher. So when you talk to me, you got to talk to me as what I am, a teacher. I'm not your peer. I'm not a student. I'm not your homeboy. I'm not your friend. I'm a teacher. So like I said, why would I compete if I know that nobody can compete with me? That don't make no sense to me. That's all I'm saying. Like it don't make sense. I mean, and there's been too many folks that want to not make sense. And that's my thing, I mean, when they say in a fun way, I mean, like, it's all cool. I get it. It's all good, but I'm not here to have fun. You see, I'm really not. I'm not trying to have fun with people I don't know. I don't have fun with strangers. I just don't. I don't trust nobody, especially out here. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to get what I need done and keep on winning. You understand? And that's the thing. When you got folks all around and we done caught them red-handed plotting on me and all this nonsense all the time, we ain't scared of nothing. We tell everybody what it is. I come out here and I do my thing for real every day. Ain't nothing fake over here. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't play these games. I just don't. You know what I mean? So like I said, I don't care who feel what way. Everybody got an opinion. They like, what? Everybody got one and they all what? I ain't worried about that. Like I said, if you talk about a workout routine, the fact and the truth is muscle ups are irrelevant. They don't even matter. I mean, that's an extra exercise. What matters is the lifts. What matters is the pull ups. What matters is the dips. You ask people like, what was his name? Mike Medser, like bodybuilders. Even he said, and he didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't know everything. He just had his own way of doing things. Like anybody, that's what you do. Everybody's different. So you develop your own routine. Mike Metzer said dips are the best exercise you can do. My whole issue is people will look at me and I know they think, oh, like that's why they ask me silly questions that are invasive and personal. I'll tell you whatever. I ain't hiding and running from nobody. Everybody sees where I'm at every day. Y'all know what I'm at, where I'm at. You know what I do. Like that's the thing. But that's what they do. They try to use those fake questions in conversation to try to subjugate and put you in a category so they can pretend and keep pretending that I'm some guy that just walks around or something. Like, nah. No, I'm Batman. I run the streets coast to coast. I'm the mob, and I'm the real deal, and I'm going to continue to be the real deal. And anybody who doubts me or thinks that they're going to expose me or thinks that I'm fake at all, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. Just like everyone else, all these agents that got paid off, bribed, sent at me to talk or whatever, everybody got back down, G-check. That's the truth. Eminem said the same thing, but Eminem was faking the funk. Eminem ain't built like that. Eminem's not me. You know what I mean? So that's just the truth. Like, I'm not talking to you folks. You're approaching me. There we go. And then, you're asking me things that make no sense, that you don't have a place to be asking me. I don't know you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the dude, like in 60 Days In, Abner, when he's like, why are you talking to me? That's how I kind of feel. Like, I don't get that. Like, that ain't how it works. I don't answer to nobody. I'm a grown man. I'm going to always be me. You're going to see I'm real all the time. I'm me. And I just don't have any interest in competing with anyone, especially people who are not proving what they can do. So my point is, if you talk about competing, I'd have to compete with somebody on my level. Ain't nobody on my level. And I have a platform. So like, this is just my message to the public. And this is, I keep it real all the time. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. If you're trying to compete with me, good luck, because you're going to need it. And I mean that. You're going to need it, bro, because I could do more than 15 muscle ups if I really try. See, I'm not training for that specifically. That's an extra thing I do. So, I mean, I don't understand. Like, compete. You got to be on my level to compete. You got to be training. Like I trained every day. I've been doing this for like 2 years plus. I walk 30 miles a day. And that's my issue. Like that's always been my issue with individuals and guys like that make false claims and say, oh, I do this too. Nobody does what I do. None of you can do what I do. That's what was proven. That's the whole point of the channel. No one can do what I do, brother. No one. None of you. You can never walk in my shoes. Trust me. I'm that guy. Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not nice. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that's the thing. You can be nice to an extent, but then you got to remind the public, I'm not here to dance for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, compete, that's a silly word to use. Can't nobody compete with me. That's funny. That's comical. You understand? Now, if you want to learn, right? Like I said, hey, and like I said, if it's all in good spirit, like I don't have any issue with it. I'm not mad or nothing. It's all cool. That's why I'm being respectful. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I'm going to always talk from the position I'm in and a real place and who I am. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I mean, I'm not on this internet fame. I don't care about this. This is who I am in the street in reality. I have real street clout. I'm a gangster. I don't come from YouTube. I don't care about the internet, bro, at all. So I'm who I am out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, like, I just don't get that. Like, how would that make sense? See, that's that same thing. Like, it seems like society sends nothing but people that, want. I get if they just want to participate. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's not, it's like being a detractor. You know what I mean? It's not what I'm here to do. That's all I'm saying. It's not my modus operandi or my agenda. I don't have an agenda. I'm doing God's will and God's work. So like I said, we know that nobody can compete. Like I said, what I would respect from anyone in the public, especially here in the Valley, and this is just the truth from the bottom of my heart, what I would respect is if folks would say, yo, I want to actually do your training. See, the problem is there's too much talking. Everybody wants to talk. The only thing that would make sense at this point, and honey, if you're listening, tell me if you agree. Let me see what she said real quick. Hold up. Fact is, at the end of the day, the only thing that would make sense is to say, yo, I'm going to pay you for the training. I'm going to do the training and you can train me. Because, I mean, you can say, see, that's what I'm saying. Anyone can walk up to me and say anything. That's just reality. That's the world we live in. And there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing. There's rules in this society. I have to follow them like everybody else. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that, right? I fully accept that. But what I'm saying is anyone can walk up or talk online and make a false claim and say, I'm really good at this. I do this. How do I know that? I haven't seen any proof of that. You got to do it in front of me for me to see that. I mean, to say, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, where I run my business is where I run my business. So I take that very seriously. That's number one. You know what I mean? So, like, when people come through there, they do their thing, I do my thing. I don't have people just talk their way into what I'm doing. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't let people get in the way of me and what I'm doing. When I'm out there, I'm doing my thing. You feel me? Everybody just got to move and that's it. I'm running my business. Like, that's like my office. So it's like I said, I mean, a man who set 15 world records, I mean, anything is a joke other than I'm going to pay you to do the training. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to do the training, that would make sense. But to sit there and make false claims and say you do things you don't, that's just silly. That's my point. And like I said, it just be a lot of repeated phrases that seem like they come from the internet. That's the same thing TJ was saying. Oh, well, we should do a pull-up competition. Nobody can compete. I'll answer that for you before we even started. How are we going to do anything when you can't tell me what to do? I'm the mob. You see the point? Like, that's my issue. It's just a matter of respect. It's a matter of, I'm a grown man, right? Y'all are just whoever you are, and that's fine. I'm not going to take nothing away from you, but I'm really a grown man. I'm really this. So reality doesn't work the way you're talking to me. That's not reality. So I'm not going to waste my time with you. See what I'm saying? Only people I'm gonna compete with is if it's competition and I'm getting paid for it. Okay. So if people want to do a video, right, at all, like I said, you're gonna have to pay me. You want to do a competing video to try to prove some point to yourself that you're going to prove to yourself that you're nowhere near me. I don't care who it is. I'm telling the whole public, like anyone trying to compete with me, you're going to prove to yourself that you're weak compared to me. That's all you're going to prove. I can guarantee that. Guarantee you. You know what I mean? Why? Because I got the Holy Spirit in me, bro. Are you serious? You know, that's the thing. They want to minimize. That's my issue with it. They want to, whether they're doing it intentionally or not is irrelevant. See, that's the thing. People get in their feelings. It ain't about your feelings. Feelings aren't facts. See what I'm saying? I've done way too much for people to ever talk to me anyway, right? That doesn't acknowledge that I'm here at the top, the tippity top, right? And you're down here. And that's reality when it comes to any of these things, right? You're at a beginner level. I mean, what are you talking about? I can take one look at any of these guys and you can see that they're thin. They're thin. They're not built like me. They're not pure muscle. They don't move like me. They're not. I'm carrying, this is 30-pound, 18 gauge steel armor, the armor of God. I walk with this almost half the time, like almost every day, if not a bulletproof vest. What are you talking about? See what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense. Like, compete with random folks in the valley for what purpose? Do you see what I'm saying? It wouldn't do anything for me. I'm not trying to compete with especially folks from here. If I'm going to compete, I want to compete with the best of the best. And that's what it would take to even try to compete. You see what I'm saying? So like would need dudes who doing lifts. You know what I'm saying? And that's my whole thing is I think what people really want and what they desire, they just upset because they can't get and will never get. That's my point. My point is that you can tell when someone's talking. If that's the thing you go into competition, sorry, but you're delusional. There's no one who can compete with me. I mean, it's all on the camera. So that's my issue. Like, you're either not watching the channel or you're entertaining something like it's a game or somebody's sending you or telling you to talk like that. And I don't care about that. It's a waste of my time, brother. I don't worry about none of y'all. Feel me? So, like I said, I do this for real, right? Like today, I did like 3 lifts in a row, like nothing, like picking my whole body up vertically. You see what I'm saying? A muscle up, that's nothing. That's irrelevant. That don't even matter. You know, so I'm just being realistic. Like, you know, I escaped the matrix. Y'all work 9 to 5s. What would we need to compete on? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just a real valid question. And I'm not being any way either. I could be, but I'm not. But I'm telling you reality. Like, no. See, that's the problem with this society. They want to constantly keep reverting back to the same game, like they can talk me out of who I am and what I've accomplished. Not at all. People can run their mouth all day. I don't care what people say. I don't care what y'all tell yourselves to feel comfortable and feel like you're somewhere near my level. Ain't nobody near me. Not even close. You understand? That's my thing. Like, nah, bro, if you were as strong as me, if you could do what I do, you could see it in your physique. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. You're not going to be thin. You're going to be built. Y'all ain't getting it. It's in the videos right now that I release. Like, you can look at me and see what it is. See, this is the problem. Everybody wants to talk their way and talk compete. It's kind of like the fake tough stuff. People want to talk it, but they don't want to walk it. And those are the dudes who I've always had issues with. And I always win. Those are the dudes that I put in their place and I tell them what it is. I'm just being real because y'all want to talk something that took hard work. See what I'm saying? Nah, I'm a grown man, bro. I'm 36 years old. I just had my birthday. I'm not here for that nonsense. That's just fake talk. The first rule, we never make claims that we haven't already proven on camera. You know what I mean? So whatever y'all coming with, film your video. I'm not doing nothing with none of y'all. I don't know you. You understand? I'm not doing none of that. You want to film a video with me? Real talk. If you trying to get some shine, whatever, right? Like I said, you'll pay. I'll do $1,000, and I'm not even joking because I'm worth millions. I'll do $1,000. And that's being nice. You know what I'm saying? Any video. I don't care what it is. I don't got to do videos or nothing for nobody. You know what I mean? Like, see, that's my issue right there. But yeah, I be going and running my business almost every day. None of these folks are ever out there. Do you see what I'm saying? And then that's what I'm saying. They want to involve themselves in what I'm doing while you got your own thing going on. Like, do you worry about you? Focus on you. Do what you doing, and leave me to mine. Cause I don't play about mine. Believe me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah. Y'all do not go where I go. You don't work out where I work out at. I don't know who you are. I've never seen none of y'all. I don't know what you're talking about. You for sure. None of these folks work out there. I can tell you that beyond a shadow of a doubt. You know what I mean? So like, no. Like I said, if y'all want whatever you want, I mean, sometimes we just can't have, man. That's just the way that life works. You know what I mean? And that's my whole point. You know, you get these folks, and I'm just being keep it real. They're demented and delusional, like all of them. They think that if they say something, it matters. They think if they say something, and then they'll get offended and feel some way. Like you can feel any way you want. It's irrelevant to me, though. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna feel some way about the fact that the way that y'all talk, I feel like is trying to minimize everything I've done and who I am. And I'm a grown man that doesn't play that game. I don't play like that with nobody. Feel me? So ask about me. So like I said, for me, I'm not here to be nice. I'm not here to make friends. I don't need your validation and acceptance. I don't need nothing from you. Y'all, none of you can do what I do. And that's proven. See, I'm not talking, I'm doing it on camera. So like I said, if y'all feel like you can compete, what do you need me for? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like making every excuse in the book. Oh, that bar is easier. No, that's a regulation bar like every pull-up bar on the planet. There is none different. Whatever you're talking about that you're using is not a pull-up bar. I don't know what it is. A pull-up bar is just like that all over the country. I've done this my entire life. You know, and that's what I'm saying. You know, folks expect to be respected and gain acceptance or respect or my validation, but you're talking delusion. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why I'm just looking at you like, what are you talking about? What are you talking to me for? What are you saying? You know what I mean? Like it just don't make no sense. I think that it's really just that society is delusional and people have their own agenda and it doesn't exist. So see, what I do now is I make it a point to shut that down and make sure that people get the point of who they talking to. I'm not a nice guy. I keep telling people this and they think I'm joking. I'm not. I'm not afraid of anybody or anything. I'm not nice. You understand? I don't play no games. So like I said, for me, everything that was said, that stuff is crazy. That's delusion. That's just silliness. Like y'all act like people even got to respond. I ain't got to waste my time of day talking to you or worrying about what you got to say or this and that. I ain't worried about none of that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know, I just wave to him right now. Like I said, I do my thing right in front of everybody. I don't hide for nothing. And that's the thing, like down here, especially like when they see, you know, like when they see, let's get real, when they see like the white man being successful, like me, you think they happy about it? Nah. And that's what they'll do. They'll send some little agents to talk some nonsense. Ah, we can compete. Well, who? Who's going to compete? Are you serious? Down here? Who? See, that's the thing. That's what they do. They'll start the issue and then pretend, right? Or try to play victim. See, nah, that's why I don't talk to little homies. You understand? Real talk. I don't care who it is, bro. You know what I mean? That's what they do down here. They try to drag you down and get you caught up. I'm all right. I'm not doing nothing with nobody, no videos, no nothing. I'm here to preserve myself, make it till Christina gets here. I'll make it as long as I need. I'm goody. I don't worry about nothing or nobody. My job is to get to this money. My job is to get my video quota and do what I need to do every day and get my money. I got time for y'all. Y'all want to make false claims. That's a violation of G code, little homie. That's little homie talk. See, I'm not a little homie. That's why I tower above all of you. I'm not here to be nice. I'm telling you what it is. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, if folks want to get to my level because you got a long way to go, pay me for the training. Don't make up false claim. Oh, I can do this and that. And if you're just trying to be cool and you're trying to be down, like I said, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, but just say that. Just say, hey, I'm a fan, this and that, and that's it. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. The way that you was talking, that's the same way they talked when I was in there. When I was in Carriazoles, that's exactly how they talked, and I couldn't stand none of them. I'm gonna keep it real with you, because I'm gonna tell you something about Carriazoles, and this is gonna really put everybody in their place. Everybody in there delusional. Yeah. Yeah. How about that? That's reality. Like seriously. All of them. You know what I mean? There might be a couple of good ones here and there who know what they're doing and have a concept of reality, but for the most part, people are delusional. So, like, no, don't expect me to be nice when you saying something that's way past the line of reality and normalcy. Talk about compete. Who could compete? You see what I'm saying? And no, I don't owe you nothing. I'm not upset. I don't feel no way about it. This is just my response. I talk here. I'm all business. See, that's my thing. People is upset because they can't move me. When you're a money making machine like me, you control your emotions to a T. I don't care who's in their feelings. If I got you mad, good. That's my job. If I got you in your feelings over little old me and what I'm accomplishing and doing, good. Because ain't nobody going to do nothing about it. I'll tell you that right now. None of y'all. You feel me? See, like I said, the difference is you wake up every day, you go to a 9 to 5, and you go be a wage slave, and you go settle and be a peasant and a commoner, and you choose to do that for a living. And me, I go out on the street and put actual work in and have the heart to do something you can't. So you tell me when we're the same, because we ain't. So that's the thing. So, respect is earned, not given. I don't respect none of you, but you will respect me. You see what I'm saying? And that's the person I am. You understand? So it's like, yeah, you can't just come up and feed me a bunch of nonsense and say, "Oh, I'm this and that." Yeah, I mean, and I'm Mickey Mouse and Pinocchio. I mean, who cares? Do you see what I'm saying? See how far that is from reality? That's the problem with the new generation. They're snowflakes. The snowflake generation wants to sit there and be coddled and talk to you. There we go. Hell yeah. Are you sure? Thank you. Seriously.